Hey everybody, what's going on? My name is Dave Shrine, and you knew that. Here's the deal. I'm going to go through very quickly and show you how you can create your own course, your own info product, the modules, whatever it is that you want to create, whatever it is that you want to get out there and take what's in your brain and put it out in front of people. I'm going to show you how to do it really quickly. So many of us, we overthink this. I have overthought this for years. It's too easy not to do. It's too easy. As a matter of fact, it's so easy, it becomes even easier to overthink it. And that's what you're doing. That's what I've done. That's what so many people have done when it comes to taking what's inside the brain, getting it out of the brain, and getting it into the hands of the people whose life it will change. I've created my own course. I've created several courses. In 2016, I've created one signature course called the Online Platform Launch Course, which covers a lot of the stuff that I'm going to show you right here in terms of the thinking and the business strategy. But I've done the entire thing from what it is I want to show you now. It really honestly doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be tough. It's just a matter of getting what's inside here out of your head and onto paper. So we're going to do it very quickly. And if you have any questions, use the comment section. And if you need to reach out to me, you can send me a Facebook message. I love replying and responding on Facebook messages. So the truth is what's inside of your head, what you know is worth way more than what you do. And that's where most of us get sideways. We think that, what we do with our hands, what we create, is what's actually worth money, and it's not. That's just an extension of what we know how to do inside of here. Now, there are some industries where it is a service, but if you can take that service and you can translate it into a process that leverages what you know, but puts it in the responsibility of somebody else actually executing on it, you can even take a service and turn that into a product. And it's just a matter of going through the steps of how to make it happen. So I'm going to do a demonstration here of showing you how to create a, what should we do? How to create a course that tells people how to successfully run a webinar. Let's just do that. And we'll do it really simply, really quickly. If you follow these steps for your own, then you're going to have no problem at all seeing your course, your training, your modules, your education, whatever you want to call it, seeing that come to life. So let me erase my board here real quick and we'll get started. I am using an iPad Pro because I know there's going to be some people who want to know, Dave, how are you doing this? I am using an iPad Pro and the Apple Pencil to draw and to articulate, and I'm sharing that via QuickTime. So for all of my nerds out there who love this type of stuff, that's how I'm actually doing it. So let's go to the board here, and we're going to do a course basically on, let me make sure I've got it's coming through here. Let me crop it real quick, make sure that you can see everything. Do a new crop. There we go. Now you can see everything that I do. So we're going to do, how to run a webinar. All right. This is me sitting down with a pen and a piece of paper, basically saying, okay, how is it that I'm going to teach somebody else how to run a webinar? Webinars are, amazing ways of generating traffic, boosting your authority, getting people to notice your stuff, getting email addresses, getting leads, finding people who desperately want to interact with you, but they're a mystery to people who have never done them. And so what we're going to do in this course is we're going to demystify and unlock webinars for anybody and everybody to use them. So if you want to grab a pen and a piece of paper, you can go through the same steps that I'm doing with your particular product. So I'll give you a second to do that, and I'm going to get a drink of water here. All right. So how to run a webinar. What we want to do is we want to list out every single step that has to happen in order to successfully run a webinar. So step one is we have to decide on what our webinar will be. So the first step in teaching someone is how and why you should do a webinar. And so one thing that we have to show people if we're going to teach them how to run a webinar is basically how to decide on your topic and why you would do a particular topic. How to decide on topic and why to do that topic. Now, something else I'm thinking of, and I'm not going to order anything just yet, something else that I'm thinking of is how, let's see, it's what software should I use? That's another thing that you want to answer. People are going to want to know, what software should I use? How do I promote my webinar? All right, so that's another one. So right here, we're getting the topics kind of started, kind of originated. So over here, we'll say topics to teach. One topic is topic of webinar. Another one is technical details. Another one is promotion. Get people to attend. And so this would be, how do I get people to attend? This is like email. This would be email reminders, calendar schedules, appointments, stuff like that. And so, so then over here we'll say promotion, and then we'll say creating another topic that we'd have to talk. Create your presentation. And so, oopsies, let's get back into that. We'll go right here. What should it look like? And we'll say tools. Oh, you can't see that. Let me scroll up here. What should it look like? We'll say tools, design. So tools would be like PowerPoint, slides. Let's see, artwork. So we'd say like stock photography. We'd say, let's see, what else? Like icons, photos, stuff like that. So you can see here, we're starting to put together a list of everything someone's going to encounter when doing a webinar. So let's say, what about post webinar replay? So how to host engagement. So we'll say post webinar is another topic. So right here, now I have, let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different modules inside my course now, right? I've got 5 different modules. Now, if it's something that you know a lot about, which hopefully it should be if you're trying to teach it, if you're trying to demonstrate to someone, hopefully it is something that you know a lot about. And so you should be able to just vamp on these things. You don't even need, a monologue in front of you. You should be able to just talk about these sorts of things. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to drill down a little bit further on these individual things. So let's see, what else are we missing when it comes to creating our webinar? What else do we need to go through? We need to go through, let's see, post webinar. We need to do call, oops, let me get back here, call to action. So post webinar, we'll also do sales post webinar. And actually that's really not sales post webinar, because you get that before you're going. You say creating, let's see, what just happened there? Oh, I'm getting ready to do a webinar. I'm getting ready to watch a webinar and they just logged on. Creating your sales page. And so you start listing everything.
Here in about 4 or 5 more minutes. So once again, we'll get going here in about 4 to 5 more minutes.
There we go. Turn that off. So you start listing every single thing that you're going to need to do. You're going to need to utilize email sequences. So this would be, so we're going to do over here, email sequences. And this would be pre-webinar, post-webinar, and also webinar promo, right? So those are the email sequences that we need to deal with. So you'll see that we're kind of itemizing right here, which leads directly to, well, that's probably good enough for an entire module in the course. Not bad, eh? And so, so you just start listing things out point by point. And once you get them kind of all listed out, what you do is then you begin ordering stuff in the way that it should go. So, you know, maybe there even needs to be a first module, a first training video that's all about what is a webinar. And so we'll take that and we'll say, okay, what is a webinar? We're going to put that. Then topics for your webinar, we'll take this one right here. We'll move this one down here. And then I'll delete that right there. Okay, and then creating your presentation. We'll do that next. Creating your presentation. Delete that. Delete that. Post webinar. And then, so next step is creating your presentation. So if you're just joining, what we're doing is I'm showing you how to design your course in a matter of 30, 40 minutes. We're doing it exponentially quickly here. But the overall idea is you just start writing down everything that is involved in doing this, right? And so, sequences. And so then after you create your presentation, then you start to promote. Actually, nope, you don't start to promote. You create your email sequences. Right here. Create your email sequences. Then after you create your email sequences, you create your sales page, and you could probably do one or the other. Right here. Create your sales page. Let me scroll up. Create your sales page. Once you create your sales page, you would create your promotions. Now, I want to teach about the technical. No, let's do post-webinar follow-up. Let's do that next. We'll put that right here. And then now right here, we'll do technical details. We'll put that right there. So you can see here that our course is starting to get to be formed. And so I can, grab all of this. Oopsies. Let's see. Maybe I'll have to do this a little bit differently. Yeah, I'll have to do that a little bit differently. I'm not going to waste our time trying to figure that out. But your overall webinar format is being formulated, is being put together, and you can now start to see how all of the different course topics, course modules come together. So all you need to do then is record a video discussing the webinar. What is a webinar? Then do a video discussing how do you arrive on a topic. Then create a video talking about how to create your presentation, the tools that you have, and then do a demonstration. Then the next video is talking about email sequences. The next video is, okay, now that you've got your email sequences, you want to create a sales page if you're going to sell something at the end of your webinar. Once you get all that done, now you've got your promotion. What type of things are you going to do to promote your webinar? And then after that, you've got your post-webinar, so all the follow-up you're going to do, and then technical details. And then there's probably one more right here. When things go wrong. Right? So there's your next one right there, when things go wrong. And so one of the things that we'll get hung up on is, well, what about the membership course, and how am I going to sell this, and where am I going to host my videos, and what shopping cart am I going to use, and am I going to use a website, or am I going to pay for a membership type service? All these things, they don't matter, because if you don't have the stuff that we just demonstrated right here, like if you don't have this stuff right here, all of that other stuff doesn't matter. What matters is you get this stuff done, because once this is done, two things can happen. One, you can either focus 100% on all that other stuff that is typically just a distraction, knowing that you've got your product in the can and ready to go. And the second thing that can happen is you can just hire someone to put it all together for you. You don't even have to worry about it. Just have somebody put it all together for you, and all you have to do is show up and start doing a webinar for your product, for the thing that you're selling. So my hope is that this makes creating a course a little bit more accessible to you. This makes the idea of creating a training more approachable, easier for you to do. This online business, making money, making income online, is no different. The only difference is we think we're veterans at the internet when we're really not veterans at the internet, when we're really not veterans at creating online training, when using online business. So this should give you an insight into how you can start creating your own product. If you want to hire me to do this with you for a day, I'm very good at this, and I can help you get your entire course written and done for the most part. There will be some follow-through that you'll have to do, but we'll give you those assignments. We can get the entire thing done in a day. If you want to do that, let me know. We can talk about how to make that happen. But by and large, keep following me. If you love this stuff, keep tuning in to everything that I do, because everything that I do is to help you get unstuck and launch that business online. And when you're ready to actually do it the right way, talk to me, because I'd love to work with you, and I'd love to come alongside you and save you a year of frustration by going through 3 months of strategic training. And that's really the paradigm that you're in. You can either go through a year, 2 years, 3 years of frustration trying to do everything together and piece it together, or you can actually treat it like a business and work with somebody like me, make the upfront business investments just like you did with college, right? You were going to dump out $20, $30, $40, $50, $60,000 in college education with no promise of how that was going to translate. Well, I'll promise you how it will translate, and it'll be a business investment instead of an education investment, because if you're still paying off those student loans, some of you guys know it doesn't pay to go to college. This is something that will pay dividends right away. So thanks so much. Let me know if you have questions, and keep following me, keep watching me. Make sure you like my Facebook page, and you'll see more and more this stuff. If you're following me on my personal page but you dig this, follow me on my Facebook page, because I don't dump this sort of stuff on my personal page all the time. I do that very strategically. Thanks, guys. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.